So, think I'll have to make a few calls that for some reason I had to make the ways to becoming more sufficient. Oh well, cause I only can do this a lot. Who they were doing importance. But what I mean is now, thinking about it, or thinking about the frustrations. I think so. It could have been more specific, as they were done. You know, at this rate, it'll be more difficult to put them at the risks assessments. Maybe at some point. When all these people, any of the men who they demanded, they're doing it at all cost. Do what they had to do, not to be injured all the time. Who knows? And who gets there? Constantly. Come in. Hey, Del. Well, I found a lot of few situations, of course, but occasionally there are some problems here. So I've just found out that some of these people who gets away from any of these impacts. So I just found out there's some real problems as we speak. So I found the homeless defense. They're on about the CIA. Any of these CIA cultures. So I found out some of all these problems that they may never solved the problems properly. You know, something like that particular is one of the CIA agencies was arresting the employers, every different employers from Walmart and Target. The Walmart and Target, because they all have been arrested before. I read the manifest, because I read the documents of the CIA, because I found out there is the evidence of the CIA, but for some reason there isn't any goods, because I found out there is the evidence of the CIA. Most of the times, because I do really think they shouldn't do that if they were them. Hopefully, it's not real factors. They're all doing this all the time. The time world peace, who gets in their ways, they wouldn't do that. Put around somewhere, because they didn't do anything as they speak. Because if they had to put them all in and then put them out of the misery, because I do know there was something going on with the other places, because I do really think there are more specific. So I think some other people might want to know, because they all noticed. They noticed the part. They got into their places as they wanted. So think about it, Del. We know this is gonna happen, you know. For some reason, Del, hope somebody else who gets in their ways. They didn't defeat anybody who, such as the weapons complexes with the bayonets in it, nothing else. I see what you mean, Jason. For some reason, I do really believe, there isn't any embarrassment such as the other replacements. Hopefully there is. There is no time for this for the reactions. So what I'm thinking about, some other ways, there is some kind of few things already. They never changed. But for some reason, Jason, what if the CIAs don't make anything resisted? They do this the other ways. But like you do. But you do the right thing. But no, it wasn't. I see what you mean, Del. Because I'm not the only one who works with the CIA. Because I now know that any differences between, if anyone who gets in their places, because I now know anyone who gets into their minds, what all the CIA wants it for. Because they did not know what they had to do. So I now know some of the difference, not in between them. But we haven't found out for the reason as they taken. So, yeah. If they had to do this, Del, they wouldn't do it. They didn't do exactly what they had to do. But not for me. I see. For some reason, I do not believe there isn't any more particulars from themselves, other than there is no particular lost, because they don't lose their minds, wouldn't they? Nothing serious. And for some reason, all the CIA officers don't make anything particular as exist. They lived in the Pentagon. The Pentagon looks different than the other ones. They went to the CIA and Pentagon. The Pentagon CIA. CIA Pentagon. Because they don't really have to do this all the time. But at this rate, they don't do that too much. Because if they had to do that, Jason, I literally taking my orders won't last long. Getting here or something. But you're doing the right thing, aren't you, Jason? But you get them all right. Who knows? But you'll get to know where you are doing. But things might never turn up. If you could have taken them out, Jason, well, anyone who gets away from them. If you can't help it, then we'll help you to survive your impact. Do you really think there isn't any more impact? There isn't any more things that we've seen. We've seen a lot of futures. Maybe a future support. Or anything else they could. Nothing else. I see. I see what you mean, but we'll get to know. Del, by the way, I'm off right now because I'm off to somebody else's telling him about the CIA. Because I forgot to take care of it, but but the only things I gotta keep going, Del. There is nothing I can do to stop anybody who gets away from the CIA. Hope the CIA will know the truth, what's inside in their minds. But the Pentagon has a 5 size of a shape. It appears to be in a CIA Pentagon. But don't worry about it. It's just only a Pentagon.